Hello, welcome to this new video. My name is Martina Vincenzi and I am the founder of the VIP Flight Attendant Academy Private Jet Coach. On today's video, I would like to share with you a very funny story about an episode that happened to me during which I was in an interview process. So I was the candidate that was going to be interviewed. It's funny because in the past years, I actually ended up to be seated more often on the other side of the desk, so to be the interviewer. But nevertheless, when this opportunity came up for me, I was quite excited because it didn't happen in a long time that I had to go through an interview. So I was actually keen on, taking the interview, prepare myself for the interview, and listen to the interviewers, to the HR team, and see how they were handling the interview itself, see how they were, which atmosphere they were creating, maybe, just to feel it on my own skin and experience this type of process, which, as I said, it didn't happen in quite some time. So as you know, I fly as a freelancer. And normally when you fly as a freelancer, that doesn't really mean that you do not get any job proposal during your career. I did get some in the past, and nevertheless, this was one of those situations where I've been contacted and asked if I was interested in a position as a VIP flight attendant, and therefore we decided to go through the interview process. So the interview process has been managed, like I would say, pretty standard in the business aviation, so divided into steps. During the first step, I met the management of the private jet operation company. So we had a chat, we could speak about the flights, the customers, and how they are organized, and a little bit, let's say, more technical. And the second step, it was with the HR department, where I've been asked a more, I would say, HR type of questions. And it's during this second step that I want to talk to you about. It was very interesting. I really enjoyed. I didn't prepare myself for this interview, which is very wrong. But nevertheless, I wanted to be spontaneous and see how I could handle an interview, basing myself only on my experience of both flight attendant and interviewer. So we started the interview, and I wanted to see how they were leading it, what type of questions. So it was, let's say, a sort of an opportunity to learn for me. So I was sitting in there. At the beginning, I would say, again, pretty standard. They broke the ice a little bit. We had a chit chat, and then eventually they asked me a very interesting question. The question was, what do you think is a talent of yours that you developed thanks to your job? I really liked that question, and as I said, I didn't prepare myself at all for this event. So I just had, I decided to take a couple of moments to collect my thoughts, and then eventually I came out with a big statement. And I say, well, gentlemen, let me tell you, I don't want you to think that I don't want to come across as an arrogant person. However, that often people ask themselves, oh, why am I on this planet, right? What is the purpose of my life? Why am I here? Well, if there is somebody in this world who knows why they're here, well, that's me. Now, this is a very big statement, and probably I stretched the situation a little bit too much. But nevertheless, I was convinced of what I was saying. And then I decided, of course, to go deeper. And I say, the reason why I'm saying this is because my job allowed me to understand what I really like, what I truly like, what really gives me satisfaction and makes me feel fulfilled. And this thing is the fact that I like to take care of people. I like to make people feel good. I like to, to be in company with people, and that they feel comfortable with me, that they feel, warm, that they feel listened to, that they feel, comfortable in a nice atmosphere, relaxed atmosphere, fed, and everything. I'm not saying that I always manage to do that. Sometimes I struggle to make a connection with my customers, for example. So sometimes either I don't understand what they need, or they don't want to show me what they need. So sometimes there might be, this miscommunication situation. But nevertheless, my ultimate goal, and what I know it really makes me feel happy and proud of myself, is to be able to establish this connection where I can learn what they need and what they want and provide for them. So basically, I'm a caregiver, and I like being a caregiver, and I think I can do that very well. And this is the reason why I am on this planet, because I enjoy giving care to people. So, this is a little bit of a controversial strategy, I have to say. I wanted to make like a very bold statement at the beginning, and then go deeper into that and explaining myself, 360 degrees, so that everything makes sense. In fact, I did start my statement saying I don't want to appear as arrogant, however, and then I continue with my bold statement. So I'm not saying this is the right strategy to use during an interview, but it did let me to get a job proposal at the end. So in that case, between me and the people that were involved, it was a good move. I did play my cards well in that case. I didn't prepare myself in advance, as I said, so this was absolutely genuine, coming out from the bottom of my heart. At the end of the day, it is the truth. I truly believe what I said, but there are probably different ways that you can use to say something like that. Nevertheless, I have to admit I really, really enjoyed. I could see that they were very, intrigued and taken away from my speech and my explanation when I answered to this question. So at the end of the day, it was a really, really interesting experience. As I say, it doesn't happen very often that I am seated on the other side of the desk. So this was, I would say, a terrific opportunity for me to learn and to keep that feeling of being the candidate. I think it's really important for recruiters to keep that feeling alive. So it's something that having the chance to do that from time to time, to be on the other side, it actually keeps you awake. So that's why I really enjoyed. Well, this is the story I wanted to tell you. As I said, it's probably not the best strategy, a little bit of a controversial strategy to answer the questions during an interview, but nevertheless, it was it was the right one, as I said. Well, so that's all for today. As always, if you wanted to ask me any questions about business aviation, private jets, or VIP flight attendant life, please feel free to reach out. Also, if you want to tell me about a very interesting interview process that you had to go through in business aviation, it would be a pleasure for me to listen to you, and maybe we could even arrange for you to participate to the next episode of 11 Cs, which is the podcast provided by Private Jet Coach. Well, so that's all for today. Ciao for now, and baci baci.